Do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. Hello, everybody. Hello. Tell everybody who we are and what we're doing here tonight.
This is Willie. This is Dee.
And we're glad to have all of you here with us.
He's always excited, but I'm finally excited about the fact that our TED Talk has just been released, officially released to the world.
It is on the world stage.
TED Talks are about ideas worth sharing.
And
ours was chosen after having done it,
okay, that's
3 months ago.
We did it 4 months ago.
Was it
4 months ago, and everybody else was put up within a week, and ours kept being put off. That was nothing but, the enemy coming against us. But
and we're one of the few that have a TED Talk as a couple.
Yes.
And so our goal is to get 1 million views in a month. Is that possible? But we can't do it without you.
Right.
Because the idea we're sharing is how not to argue, right?
Right. How to never argue again in marriage.
Right.
How to never argue.
What a wonderful idea for keeping families together, couples together, creating the right kind of legacy.
Right.
And it's only 12 minutes?
It's 12 minutes.
So we're saying, would you please help us get 1 million views in the next 30 days? So view it, share it with 5 people, and tell them to share it with 5 people.
At least 5 people.
At least 5 people you care about. I know you got 5.
You got 5 people you care about.
That you care about.
Yeah. So everybody, thank you. The video, the TED Talk is finally here. I mean, folks, this is an exercise, as I told Dee and my VP of Marketing, Cheryl, today when we were talking. This was an exercise in what I tell people. Don't speak negative in your life. Okay? Don't speak negative in your life. Speak only the things you want. I refused to say what I was kind of feeling, which was, this might never see the light of day. But I didn't say it, did I?
No, you did not.
I never said it. I didn't say it. That's why you speak only good in your life. Don't speak what you don't want.
So we just moved on.
So we just moved on. We actually had some promotional pieces printed, and we said, you know what? This might not work. So why is that blinking on and off? I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, so what a blessing. So again, our TED Talk is out. How never
to argue in marriage again.
Never in marriage again. And there are 4 basic steps, which we talked about with you before. But to see us actually do a presentation today was the very first time that I actually watched it.
Yeah. And what did you think of it?
And I thought, oh, what great information. And it was not boring.
It was
funny. Only 11 minutes. So share it. So the goal is to get 1 million views.
1 million views.
That's a lot.
1 million views in the next 30 days. 1 million views in the next 30 days. And in order to do that, we
share it with everybody you care about.
Everybody
you care about.
Everybody share it with everybody.
Liking it. Say you like it.
Yeah, right? Like it, share it. Do all of that. Say this is fantastic. Because, the TED Talk, the TED people are the only ones who can put it on their site. We can't put it on our personal site. And so
but they will count the numbers. Anybody who goes and clicks on it and views it.
That's right.
So that's important.
And Willie Locker, you're right. The greatest revenge is massive success. The devil tried to stop us, but we refused to stop. We kept claiming the positive, refused to say the negative. I was feeling it because I said, this thing, to myself, this thing will never see the light of day. But I wouldn't say it out my mouth. Speak only what you want in life. Don't be talking about you sick and you poor and your kids are bad. Don't speak it. You might think it, but don't speak it, because your words have power. And when you speak things, you speak them into existence. The Lord said, let there be light, there was light. Let there be sun, there was sun. Let there be dark, there was dark. Let there be fish, there were fish. I'm getting ready to get fired up in here. All right.
Let's get back to.
All right.
So it's the review of the TED Talk.
What we talked about in the TED Talk, which was how to never, ever argue again in marriage. Okay. All right. And here's the concept. Here, thank you, Terrence. Put it in your group. Here's the concept. The concept is it. Oh, by the way, for those on IG, I'm Dr. Willie. This is Dee. We're the authors of the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage, available at jollymarriage.com. Now.
And the TED Talk is out.
It's out.
Which is really based on the book.
Based on the book.
But one specific section, which talks about how to never argue again in marriage.
So we've been married going on 38 years. Haven't had an argument in over 35 years. Many people are asked, you never had an argument? We didn't say that. We said we haven't had an argument in 35 years. Those first couple of years were like World War III. But we learned principles from some wise mentors. 2 ways to get to any goal. Mentors or mistakes. You choose which way you want to go. Both will get you there. One just get you there with less headaches, heartaches, and knots upside your head.
So we can give you a shortcut.
Yes. So we give you mentorship. And thank you, Terrence, for saying awesome book. What Terrence just said, awesome book, awesome book. So
a shortcut to how to communicate in a loving, kind fashion. Because we're not saying that this eliminates disagreements.
No.
But the knockdown, drag out arguments.
We disagree. We disagree a lot. Okay. We disagree a lot on little stuff. But
well, it's because we work together as well as
we don't always
our
agree.
Life partners.
But we don't argue because we got the systems set up so that eliminates arguing. And here's what we want people to understand. That many people will break up to make up and all the goodies that come with making up. The hugging and kissing and the sex and the cooing and the wooing and the, cuddling. And,
it's too much stress, though.
But
to have to fight.
What if you got all of that? Oh, what if you got all of that loving and touching and cooing and wooing and sex, and you didn't have to have the stress from arguing? That's what we're talking about. Now, you don't have to break up to make up and have the good things that come with making up. You can eliminate the stress and the high blood pressure and with just having it without the breaking up. That's what we want. How to never argue and not have to go through that drama. So that's what we're going to talk about.
Have a kind and loving relationship and minimize the drama when you disagree.
And what's the system?
Another way of saying.
What's the system? What's the system? What's the system? The system is simple. Attack the problem, not each other. Do not attack each other. Gang up, the two of you, on the problem.
I think the first thing you have to do is decide what is the problem. Huh? What do you think about that?
Yeah. We got to discuss what the problem is. Whatever it is, y'all are, like somebody might say, you're not making enough money.
What you're disagreeing about.
Yeah. Okay. Money. We had a couple we were talking about recent. One of them not making enough money, or they're not making enough money. And one of them, who's the major breadwinner, money has been cut. Okay. Or income. The other spouse said, this is a problem, but when we talk about it, it creates an argument. So
how do you talk about
how, without it saying you are not making enough money, say, here's the problem. Okay, identify the problem.
There's not enough money coming into the household.
There you go. Not enough money in the household. Let's figure out how together.
How can we change that? How can we change that?
How do we address that? And we attack that problem, not each other, and we gang up on the problem. That's what the simple solution is.
So instead of saying, you make less money, man, that's a problem, you need another job. Maybe that's one of the points for discussion, or what can we cut back in to release the pressure as we look for opportunities to make money.
That's what again, you come up with a list of options. How about this? No, I don't want to do that. How about that? Okay, this we can do together. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're gonna attack the problem together. We're gonna gang up on this problem. We're gonna address this problem together. We're gonna fix it rather than it's your fault.
are bigger than the problem.
It's the power of momentum, folks. The power of momentum. You take one horse that by itself can pull 1,000 pounds, and a second horse that by itself can pull 1,500 pounds. And you put them together. You think together they can pull 2,500 pounds, but together, when you put them together, this thing called momentum is created. That momentum makes them have the capacity and ability to pull over 5,000 pounds because they're working together. That's why we say, don't gang up on each other. Gang up on the problem. Woo! Don't attack each other. Gang up on the problem. This is the game. Let's eat peanut butter and jelly together. Terrence said, that's right. We've done that. Okay, we've done it. He said, put a dozen eggs on layaway. We have done all the above. You know, we had
when they had layaway, because now they no longer have layaway.
But when we were really
I used
tight,
layaway a lot.
Yeah, when we were tight, we wouldn't eat out. We would never eat out. Eat out. What?
Checkers on Sunday after church.
That was it.
Was a serious treat.
That was it.
With the spicy French fries.
That's right.
That must have added 20 pounds to each of us. But
we would not eat out.
We know we ate at home all the time. We
That's
had two kids in private school. Wow, how are we going to eat out?
Our priorities were that we were working together, and that the kids' education was primary and a priority.
And we ate lasagna and
turkey lasagna, turkey chili, turkey spaghetti.
Turkey spaghetti. I was going to say meatball. Right, that was it.
That was it. Hot dogs and beans.
Day. That was it.
Yeah. Every now and then you fry some chicken.
No, I didn't fry chicken.
I'd bake chicken.
Bless your heart. He would bake a chicken breast. And we loved Dad. And
William said it tastes good.
He did the best he could. I never said anything, bless your heart. But we made it through.
We made it through. Okay. And Terrence says, attack the problem, not the person, and make money. Your love language. There you go, baby. That's it. So we're grateful that we're doing it. Now, this is that whole experience that we talk about. And that I wish that we had that experience. We could have put it in a book about the wallet. Okay.
Well, that just happened, honey.
I know, but it was after the book was out. But it's a great lesson.
All right, so there are two stories that we can remember to tell when we get to speak to groups or couples, or like at events, Valentine's Day stuff, or even after that, right?
Right.
This started with the Chinese food.
Chinese food,
which was a major fight.
Right.
And then the opposite of that now is when the lost wallet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Our reactions. So we learned lessons that took us from being loud at the Chinese food counter to being very supportive of each other when we thought you had lost your wallet.
That's right.
So the principles and the ideas that we implemented were the 4F thing that you talk about.
Okay, 4F.
Friendly, think, fair, and focused on a positive outcome.
Be friendly.
And that I think can be one of the more challenging things to begin with. If you're really very honest, if you are so annoyed, how are you going to be friendly with somebody? So which means you really have to stop and think and take that deep breath.
Do that pattern interrupt. Yep.
And as I watched the TED Talk, and I thought and reflected on what I said, that pattern interrupt is different for everybody. For me, it's like, if I don't get up and do my yoga and go work out, I am not as pleasant as I think I am. But you reminded me that I'm not as pleasant.
Me and Cheryl both say, you need a Snicker bar. You're Betty White up in here. We are excited about this, and we want people to not argue, because it's so much drama with arguing. You know, we realize
it's destructive to your relationship. It does not help in the raising of your children, because your children
see that kind of
any and everything, and it adversely affects how they feel about themselves.
That's right.
Because in many instances, children think my parents are arguing because I've done something wrong, or it makes them feel bad. They end up with issues and have difficulty developing strong bonds and relationships when they come from environments where there seems to be dysfunctional parenting.
Here's what we did learn. It wasn't productive. And once we got into a new frame of thinking about productivity and performance and motivation and inspiration and living better lives and being better people, it was a distraction. It's a distraction to be arguing and fussing and fighting. And,
you know what I think? Learning how to be kind, I think, is major.
Yeah, and listen, that's all goes back to all of
listening,
the communication,
being kind, and sometimes people think they're being kind, and they're really ugly.
Yeah, they are,
and they don't know that
and being wise. You know, wise, just wise. Like Dee was very wise that when I started speaking, which was we were 6-7 years into our marriage when I started speaking.
I didn't know what you were doing, really.
Yeah. And she come to hear me speak, and I do what she came to phrase as jazz speak, because I'd been a jazz singer, and I made my living jazz singing in nightclubs, and I just go wherever the spirit led. You know, I'd be going one way, and I go the other way, and Sunny, thank you for the sunshine, and I'd go somewhere else, and I'd improvise, and well, that's what I started doing in speaking. And I started one direction and to get a new thought. And she'd say, "You were jazz speaking again today, sweetie pie. I thought the idea you were starting with was very good." And she would think about how she would help to correct me without destroying my little.
Just think about this. As a person who is in the public eye, or someone who speaks, or someone who performs, their self-esteem is everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Some people can fake it. Like, I know people at NSA, they're very one way on the stage and are completely different behind the scenes. And how they think of themselves is everything.
Right.
So I didn't want to destroy his self-esteem. That's part of his overall being. So I had to think about how to fix, which what I could see could be a major problem. As a former educator, I'm trying to follow the train of thought and where he's going. In the middle of it, he makes a sharp left turn. I'm like,
without a signal.
Yeah.
Without any turn signal.
So not only am I thinking, okay, so he changed his direction. How does this work for repeat business? I'm already counting the dollars. No, this does not work for repeat business. He got to do better than that. So I'm not going to say that to him like that, because I want him to continue. So what do I say? You know what, sweetie? You're doing something I call jazz speak. Remember, which is really great. You know, you scat over here, and none of that stuff I really understood, because I was never one for music and never bought a record. And anyway, all that I had to learn once I got with him. But I'm like, you make such sharp turns, and sometimes it leaves us. So you want to take us with you on your journey. So why not try to complete that whole concept? You see, I learned how to be really sweet with him.
See, and let me tell you, folks, that's
because I'm not.
Because that's for she is sweet. Well, sweet is not the word I usually use to describe people. When I think of Dee, I think of tough as nails, smart, brilliant, and beautiful. Okay, so now what she just shared with you though was how to be friendly and to be take time to think and be wise.
But I'm very conscious of it, because that's not the same as how I would correct one if you were my student.
No, you're no nonsense.
Straight to the point, right?
Cut to the
slightly intimidating.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be intimidating to my mate. We're on this thing together, and I want to encourage you to accept my ideas.
Yes.
So how I approach you, the approach becomes very important. So if you can't say something positive, kind, uplifting, then you need to keep it shut until you can figure something out, right?
So that is wisdom, folks. That's why I say pray for wisdom. One of the keys to success in marriage is pray for wisdom. We write about it in the book. My mama told me when we were in the midst of one of the most difficult times, when I was trying to deal with my daughter who was coming to live with us, and my new wife who was all in, but my daughter and my wife weren't seeing eye to eye, and there was some tension there, or some anger, or some issues. And I'm praying, and I talked to my mom about it. My mom said, I can't give you exact counsel on this, because when I got married, I didn't have any children. Your father didn't have any children. But here's what I do when I don't know what to do. I pray for wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
I pray for wisdom.
And I think when you're praying, you can't be talking. So
pray for wisdom. Listen.
That's very, very, I think that's
pray
very important.
Pray for wisdom.
Pray
for wisdom.
And
wait
listen, for God to give you.
And he gave me the wisdom of how to handle it. So that's why I say wisdom. Pray for wisdom, folks. And we talk about it in the book. When you don't know what to do, pray for wisdom. And we talk about that and make God an equal part of your marriage. Pray for wisdom. That Dee had wisdom in how to handle my jazz singing,
but that
jazz
was also
speaking.
Because I studied you. I understood the importance of where you were trying to go, but also sensitive to the fact that you have your self-esteem was very important.
Right.
And your mate should never want to destroy the self-esteem of the person that they say they love.
Ooh.
That what you want to do is to constantly build them up.
Ooh, that's
and you have to figure out some words to help you do that.
That's right. And another one. Now let me give you one on my side. We were talking about it this morning. We went to the country one time, and Dee took a picture. William was 3, 4, 5 years old, I guess, and she had gained a lot of weight. And she didn't recognize it or realize it because, she's looking at herself. She looked at the picture. He said, "Why didn't you tell me?" I said, I love you either way you come, any way you come. She said, wow. So that's why she works out every day, goes to the gym at 5 a.m. in the morning. And it's because she remembers that picture. She's had it on the wall for
I don't even know where it is now.
But she had it on the wall in motivation.
It was 40 pounds.
Yeah.
It's a gradual thing. Now, couples can handle it differently. You don't say, oh, you fat now. Do something.
I would not ever say that. And that's how I told gentlemen when their wife say, "Does this make me look fat? Does this make my butt look fat?" Don't answer that question. Just say you look beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look, Taryn gave a great. I got to share this.
What?
First of all, thank you for saying God, because every now and then I can pull up a little song, but thank you. But he said another word. Let's stay in the same boat and row the same way, in the same direction.
Good.
That's good. All right. So Elizabeth, thank you for joining. Cheryl Moore.
Should go nowhere.
So many people joining. Look, we want y'all. So would you read again the headline?
Our TED Talk was just released.
Woo!
Yay!
Yay.
After 4 months.
After 4. Everybody else was with it a week.
And we have an unusual TED Talk because it really is a couple. Most TED Talks are individual. So our TED Talk was just released. And our goal is to get 1 million views in the next 30 days. So we've got work to do.
We need your help.
We got work to do.
We really need your help. We need your help.
So we need you to view it. Check your essay up that you liked it, please.
Give a
and
positive.
Then share it with at least 5
people.
people and tell them to do the same. Because it's about how to stay together.
That's how to stay together. It's about how to never argue again in marriage.
And it's an idea worth spreading.
Yes.
Which is the principle of the TED Talks nationwide.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Right. So Elizabeth just said, I missed most of this. What is the time and date? So the time is, it's whenever you go get it, Elizabeth. It's in the chat. Just go up a little more. I'll put it one more time in the chat so that you can have.
And Terrence said, just Google how to never argue again in marriage.
Right.
Dr. Willie and Dee Jolley. And it simply comes up.
There it is. Look at the exciting news that we just got. We just got this. The TED Talk was finally released to the world. It is a wow. It is awesome. And you can click that link, go to that page, and go watch it. Please do watch it. But you can, Terrence just shared with us that if you just simply Google
how to never argue
again in marriage, again, how to never argue in marriage again, Dr. Willie and Dee Jolley, it'll take you to the place where it is. Just Google it. Hey, this is so exciting. 1 million views.
Thank you.
That's our goal, 1 million views. So please.
Mission.
We're on a mission to save 1 million lives, save 1 million marriages.
1 million marriages, which means if we got 1 million views.
That's right. That's right. Hopefully we'll save more marriages. So everybody, thank you. Remember, you can get, thank you, Mayor Derek Wood, who wants some of that barbecue. He's the mayor in Dumfries, my man.
Oh.
All right, so remember the book is Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage, available at jolleymarriage.com.
Share the TikTok.
If you want the
and the picture of the book will come up to with that.
And it's autographed. You go to jolleymarriage.com, get 2 copies of the book, one for you and one for your significant other. And if you're serious, go to jolleymarriage.com, get 2 copies of the book, get the bundle, 2 workbooks, an audiobook, and a CD seminar. Hey,
Valentine's Day is coming up.
Valentine's Day is coming up. Now that we got this going.
11th hour.
Yeah.
Go get your Valentine's Day card. It doesn't have to be expensive.
Get the book for Valentine's Day.
Get the book for Valentine's Day.
And give it to your sweetie.
Give it to somebody you love.
Yay! Yay! Thank you, Terrence, and my bill is in the mail. My pleasure, Terrence. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Greg Cazares said he'll do the same. Willie Lonkin, thank you for saying you'll share it with your church and all the folks in Wisconsin. They're in the snow, so give them some reason to stay warm.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yes. They can snuggle and view it. It's only, 11 minutes, 12 minutes.
Terrence said he's going to put it in the atmosphere. You need to write a book on how to speak to your husband. So that's exactly right. We love y'all. Hey, we love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. Been a great.
Thank you for being with us on this journey.
Woo! This is an exciting time for us. Exciting night. Thank you.
We've been absolutely blessed.
Never argue again in marriage. The simple secret is don't attack each other. Gang up on the problem.
I like that.
It'll work. Hey, this is Dr. Willie Jolley.
And this is Dee Taylor-Jolley.
And we're going to go out with my music from my jazz album. Close to You is the name of the song. It's the jazz album is on williejolly.com/jazz. Willie Jolley, now you can get the CD.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.